Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to use columns for Notion. So of course, if you're watching this video, you're probably familiar with Notion. Notion is an awesome tool, and inside Notion you can create customized databases with very specific property types to really control your data and view it however you want. And so I have a Notion data sample here inside of this database, but one of the issues with Notion is you can't really visualize this data in any meaningful way. And so what we're going to do is we're going to plug in Columns, which is an awesome data visualization tool where we can actually pull in the live data from the database and then create whatever visualization we want and share it back to Notion so that these can be updated in real time and with visuals. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this in the easiest way possible. First, we have to connect Columns and Notion together. Then we can create the visual story based on the database. We can edit the visuals. We can use some AI inside of Columns, and then we'll share that back to Notion and schedule the updates on it. So before we dive in, just make sure that Columns and Notion are connected. If you click the three dots here, you can actually see and ensure that Columns and Notion are connected. I'll show you how to do that real quick on the Columns side. So once you go to Columns, you'll create an account if you don't already have one. And when you come in here, you'll see visual stories and data connections. I'm just going to go ahead and click add a new story. I already have Notion connected in this case, but if I wanted to connect a new data source, Columns is awesome because you can connect a plethora of different data sources. So if I click connect to Notion here, I'll authenticate my account, which again, I've already done. However, in this case, you can see that it's pulling in the Notion data sample from my Notion page. So we'll select this one and click confirm. It's just pulling in all the data here so you can see that. I'll go ahead and click connect. So once Notion and Columns are connected, we're pulling in that data from the Notion database. We're able to see that here inside of Columns. Where Columns really thrives is we can create custom visualizations based on that data. However, we can also see recommendations by columns. So I can see sum of value in a timeline, state level sum of value on a US map. I could see it in a pie chart. I could see a box plot. There's so many different things I could do. But for this use case, let's go ahead and use this recommendation right here. So we're going to see sum of value by status. Again, inside Notion, our status is done, not started, in progress. So I can do so many cool things with this. I can actually ask AI questions about it to change the visualization of the graph. As you can see here, here's some of the properties from within Notion. I can see name, value, rank, status. But again, I like sum of value by status here, so we're just going to keep that as is. But let's say I want to change the look of it. I'll click magic theme. I really like the dark look, so we'll go ahead and select that. Again, I can actually go in here into design and I can really change a lot of the different palette and the way that I want these charts and graphs to look. I'm not going to show you guys a ton on this right now because I want to show you how to get this shared back to Notion. But again, if I wanted to swap this between any of these different chart types, I can absolutely do that, as well as choosing the actual data and what format it's showing in. So once I have this completed, I can do a lot of cool annotations on the side to make these charts even more valuable. So if I wanted to add a quick widget onto the page, as you can see, I could do sum of value here. I could add annotations. I can add other AI features into the mix. However, we're going to keep this one pretty simple. So if I want to save this, there's two ways I can get this shared back to Notion. The first is this little Notion icon. It says share the graph back to Notion. If I click that, it's going to send that link automatically back to the Notion page, which my database is connected on. The other way I can share this back to Notion is if I click save to add a name to it. So Notion test. Okay, so it's going to be saved to my workspace. So if I just click exit, I can come out here. We'll see this one called Notion test. Click these three dots, and then I can actually click share. And then here I could click to embed the URL. So I grab that embed URL, and then I can also click here to schedule the post or to schedule the data updates. So I'm going to turn this on to update every 4 hours. I'll click schedule. And that way, anytime the Notion database is being updated, it's going to check every 4 hours and keep our visuals up to date as well. So as you can see, it's already been shared here back to Notion. So I can just change the size of this. I can make it look better. That's one way that you can do it. And then another one, just to show you guys real quick, is I can just click embed, click the create embed button here, and then that will populate back into Notion as well. So hopefully this gives you guys a quick little idea of how you guys can use columns for Notion. It can intake any database items that you want. We can make it look however you want, and then also share this back in a meaningful fashion so that it's updating in real time. Hopefully this helps, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Thanks so much for watching.